Have you ever wondered if a girl likes you but doesn't say it? Here's a secret. She doesn't have to express her feelings through words. Her body language and actions are filled with signs, yet most guys tend to overlook them. Her attraction is subtle, but it's clear from the way she looks at you, the way her smile lasts just a little too long, and even the way she moves closer, creating an undeniable spark. In this video, we'll reveal the mystery. Behind from playful looks to unexpected touches, these signs are more than just coincidences. They're her heartfelt whispers that she's interested, and here's the catch. Signs 7 and 8. They not only hint at attraction, but they practically shout it. Stay with me until the end, because I'm about to reveal one last, almost hidden sign that will completely change the game. It's simple to miss, but once you do, you'll know how she feels. Make sure to watch the entire video and never miss anything. Don't pay attention to her sweet romantic signs again. Sign 10. Lingering touch. If a girl is romantically interested in you, her body language often says more than words. Lingering touch is one of the strongest signs. The touch should feel slightly more intentional and magnetic than a casual one. It's not just a friendly pat on the back or a quick brush of the shoulder. This is a touch that lasts just a moment longer than it needs to, sending subtle signals of her interest. Whenever she feels like it, she might close the distance between you by doing something as simple as stroking an invisible speck of lint off of your shirt, lightly grazing your arm, or resting her hand on your forearm when she's laughing. But here's the thing. These touches aren't accidental. She's reading your reaction, feeling the energy between you, and quietly expressing how comfortable she is with that closeness. And it doesn't stop there. If she likes you, she won't just touch you once and then pull away. She'll look for times when she can connect with you again. It could be a gentle push when you're joking, a quick squeeze on the hand when she's excited, or even a gentle shoulder bump as you walk together. Every touch she gives you is a story of a step closer to her mentally and physically. What's even more telling is how she pulls away. Women have a way of making their touch linger almost imperceptibly. Maybe it's her fingertips. Softly glide her hand along your skin for 1 second before she lets go. That pause, that unspoken breath in that moment, holds so much weight that it's like her body is telling him how she feels, even though she won't say it. But here's something most guys miss. Observe how often she makes contact with you. If she consistently finds reasons to touch you, no matter how subtle, she's likely preparing to reveal her true feelings. Don't underestimate the power of her touch. That physical connection, as small as it might seem on the surface, is often where deeper intimacy starts. Be mindful of the final seconds and emotional moments. They may be her heart expressing its desires. She wants you to know that she likes you. 9. When a girl shows interest in you, her lips often become the unexpected focal point. This doesn't happen by accident. Whether it's a soft lip bite, a quick flick of her tongue to wet them, or her fingers lightly brushing across her mouth, these small, seemingly innocent movements can say a lot and aren't random. Lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body, so when she touches them, it's like she's sending you a message that doesn't use words, but gets right to the heart of what makes people attractive. What's even more intriguing is the possibility that she may not even be aware of her own actions. Humans inherently use many of these unconscious movements to express love interest or attraction. Even though she's not saying a word, her body is communicating everything. What's intriguing about this? The way her lips move when she talks or bites her lips playfully draws your attention to her mouth, an area closely associated with intimacy. If she sees you staring, don't be surprised if she responds with a coy smile or a playful laugh. It's her way of acknowledging that connection and teasing the chemistry that's still in the air. But here's the real clincher. Pay attention to how her lips work with the rest of her body. Is she biting her lip as she looks you in the eyes? Does her finger lightly touch her lips as she leans in closer? These actions work together like a symphony of attraction. She gives you a shy look and slightly purses her lips, then smiles confidently as her tongue wets the bottom of her lip. This isn't just for show or habit. It's a delicate mix of weakness and seduction. She's daring you to notice her lips. Even though her words are polite and light-hearted, they are still bold and mysterious. She is inviting you to discover the depth of the relationship through her actions. 8. She fidgets with her jewelry or clothes close to her chest. This is one of the smallest but most telling signs she's into you, as her hands naturally draw attention to her neck, collarbone, or even her chest. Pay close attention to her movements when you're around. If she adjusts a necklace, plays with the clasp of her pendant, or smooths the neckline of her top, it's often more than just a casual habit. These small repeated actions might seem harmless, but they can have a deeper flirty meaning. The neck and collarbone are some of the most sensual and intimate parts of the body, so when she emphasizes these areas, she's getting your attention. Think about it. If you see her slightly tilting her head back to fix her necklace, or letting her fingers trace the edge of her collar, she's painting a beautiful picture. The way she moves says things that her words might not be able to, but it doesn't end there. If she leans forward a little while doing this, or looks up at you with lingering eye contact, that's a pretty massive clue. Her movements might appear casual, but combined with the right context, they can be a sign that she wants you to notice her. You might also see her lightly touching her collarbone or tracing the edges of her shirt. These are gestures designed to be graceful, yet attention-grabbing. It's her way of inviting your gaze to more romantic, physically expressive zones around her. This is where the situation becomes even more intriguing. She is likely to be shifting her jewelry whenever you crack a joke or when your conversation becomes more personal. This indicates that you are likely the source of her subtle yet affectionate movements. Her body could be trying to tell you in a gentle way that she wants you to keep your attention on her, even in the smallest things. The next time you see your findings like this, don't just dismiss them as random or unimportant. Romantic attraction frequently manifests in seemingly insignificant actions and habits. Additionally, remember that attraction typically manifests in these subtle actions and habits. Moments of peace and closeness that make you want to lean in a little more. Sign 7 shows the inner ties and what it really means. So many guys miss this, one of the most subtle but powerful signs of attraction. When a woman sits in a way that shows the inside of her thighs, there's more going on than meets the eye. Whether she's just slightly shifting her cross-legged position apart or changing it just enough for you to notice, this isn't a random act. People think of the inner thighs as a very private and sensual area, and showing them off even a little is considered very relaxed. It's her body's way of communicating an almost primal signal of interest. Think about it. She probably wouldn't show this vulnerable part of her body to just anyone. If she's doing it around you, it's probably to get your attention and let you know she finds you attractive. Here's where the situation becomes even more intriguing. If she keeps shifting her position and angling her legs toward you, it means she's fully interested in you. These little movements aren't just signs of restlessness, they're deliberate attempts to catch her eye. Despite her lack of awareness, her actions convey a powerful message. Now add a few more clues. Is she looking your way more often? Is she flashing playful smiles or putting a light touch on your arm or shoulder every once in a while? When all of these clues come together, it's like she's waving a giant green flag of interest. She's opening up, both literally and figuratively, and she wants you to pay attention. Don't dismiss this one as just how she sits. Instead, take a moment to notice how often she changes her position. There is an aromantic, unspoken language that says, "I'm into you." If you've noticed this happening around you, congratulations, my friend. It's a subtle but clear sign that she's interested in you. The sixth sign is characterized by heavy breathing or chest movements. This one is impossible to fake. It is profoundly physical, and the majority of men fail to recognize it. However, it is one of the most evident indicators that a girl may be interested in you. Have you ever noticed how her breathing changes when she's around you? It becomes slower and deeper, and it's almost impossible to miss, especially when you're close. This isn't just a coincidence. It's her body telling you it's feeling something stronger than just casual interaction. Pay close attention to how her chest moves. When a girl is really interested in someone, you might notice that her chest moves more dramatically. It might look like she's just taking deeper breaths or relaxing, but this change usually happens when you're around. If you make eye contact during a shared laugh or moment, watch closely. Her breathing changes to match the mood, and it's not a coincidence. Focus signals come with even more telling body language. For example, she might arch her back a little to show off her posture in a way that subtly draws your attention to her figure. Or she might adjust her top, brush her hair back, or fiddle with her clothes to draw attention to her beauty, all without saying a word. These actions originate from the chemistry between you two, not from practice or planning. It's her body saying, "Look at me," without saying it out loud. But here's the catch. Context is everything. If she was not breathing in this manner when she entered the room, but her chest is now moving more as a result of your presence, there is no chance, my friend. She's reacting to you physically, which is a strong sign of attraction. She can't stop this response. It's her feelings showing up in the most natural way possible. Sign 5. The bedroom eyes. When a girl is really into you, her eyes can say more than words. That lingering magnetic gaze she gives you isn't just an accident. It's planned and full of hidden meaning. This is not a pleading glance like you see in small talk. Her eyes seem to cling to yours, as if refusing to let go. They're soft and intense at the same time, almost heavy. Pay close attention to how her eyes move. She may blink slowly and dreamily, as if time has stopped for just this moment. Her pupils may seem a little bigger than usual, even in normal light. That's not a coincidence. Physics at work. When someone is interested in you, their brain releases dopamine, and her body does everything it can to keep your attention. However, it's important to pay attention to the subtle movements of her gaze, such as her eyes briefly darting down to your lips before rising again to meet yours. That wasn't a mistake. Her eyes show that she's thinking about something more than just looking at you. She's picturing what it would be like for that space between you two to disappear and for her lips to meet yours. It's in those fleeting moments that her eyes reveal the thoughts she might not want to say out loud. But that's not all. Other micro-expressions will make the message stronger. When she sees or hears something you say, her eyebrows will raise slightly. This is a universal sign of interest and curiosity. Observe how her eyes glide slowly over your face, seemingly memorizing every line and feature as if she's studying you. These aren't random expressions. She's doing them on purpose, even if she doesn't know it. Her eyes are her biggest clue. There is a romantic language that you cannot express, yet it conveys everything you need to know. Don't miss it. When her eyes stay on you for a long time and you feel electricity in the air, know that her eyes are nearly screaming, "I'm into you." Your four-legged cross with directionality is a move you've probably seen but not fully understood. Picture this. You're talking to her across from you, and all of a sudden she crosses her legs. Seems safe, right? But wait, this is where it gets interesting. If her top leg is pointing toward you like a map, pay close attention. True north. It's not an accident. Her body language says, "You have my attention." When a girl is interested in you, Her body easily lines up with her focus. She intentionally points her knees and toes in your direction. It's a strong but slight sign of attraction, but crossing her legs toward you is just the start of this dance. It gets even more intriguing as you get closer. If she moves around a lot, uncrossing and recrossing her legs, or suddenly angling herself to show more of her inner thigh, she's not just getting comfortable. She's playing on an old feminine expression and allure. It's like her body is inviting you into her space. She's slowly getting you to pay attention to her legs, which are a classic sign of elegance and seduction. Then there's the movement. She might start lightly swinging her foot, almost hypnotically. Or she might dangle her shoe just at the edge of her toes. Her small, repetitive movements aim to capture your attention and hold it there. It's the slow, deliberate, and unspoken language of love and relationships. This sign is intriguing because it's not overt. It's subtle, private, and deeply instinctual. She's not just talking or acting. Her body is speaking a language that's as old as love itself. Don't ignore this signal. It's one of the quietest but loudest ways she's telling you she likes you. Sign 3. The A, deep lean in, is one of the most obvious signs she likes you. It's not just about closing the distance, it's opening up her personal space, which most people don't do unless they're interested. Think about it. Personal space is important, and we all naturally try to keep it safe. But when she's physically attracted to you, those boundaries start to blur, and she leans in, often without even realizing it. For example, if you're in a loud bar cafe, she doesn't just raise her voice to talk to you, she moves her whole body closer. It's not just about being close, she's leaning in for connection. She wants to be close to you so she can feel the energy you're giving off and share that closeness with you. But that's not all. Look at how she positions herself. Does she angle her shoulders toward you, as if tuning into only you? Does she let her hair fall to one side to draw you in? Does she place her hand on the table next to yours, as if inviting your fingers to meet? These are all intentional cues. It is as though she is erecting an imaginary bubble around the two of you, in which the rest of the world fades away and you are the only ones left. Even more telling is that her upper body doesn't do all the work. Pay attention to her hips and posture when she's talking. Are her hips angled toward you? Does her posture feel open and relaxed? Her body communicates to you that she feels comfortable, intrigued, and drawn to you on a deeper level. When a girl leans in like this, it signifies more than just improving her hearing. It's her way of revealing her vulnerability and expressing, "I'm here, really here with you." Don't take these signs lightly. A girl is being romantic when she does a deep lean in. 2. The open posture, closed-off body language, like crossed arms, hunched shoulders, or a lack of eye contact, can often show discomfort or disinterest. But when she's into you, her body language changes completely. She literally opens up. You'll notice her arms are relaxed, maybe resting on the table or gently at her sides. This small change shows that she feels comfortable around you more than that. She's inviting you into her personal space with no walls or barriers. If she's interested, her back will straighten with poised elegance, and her chest may lean slightly forward toward you. Her body seems to naturally gravitate towards yours, actively expressing her interest and attraction. Even the angle of her seating can tell you something. If she's turning her body to mirror your position or angling herself toward you, that's her way of saying, "I'm paying attention to you." If she leans back casually but keeps her body subtly angled in your direction, that's a unique mix of control and desire. It's almost as if she's claiming her independence while still creating a magnetic pull toward you. When women act in this way, they show that they are sure of their feelings, which makes their desire clear and sincere. Then there's the magic and the details. Watch out for soft, almost romantic movements, like when she brushes her hair behind her ears slowly, or tilts her head while you talk. She might also give you a soft, warm smile that lasts just long enough to make your heart skip a beat. Her smooth, flowing movements serve as a non-verbal means of expressing her interest in a captivating manner. When put together, this open posture with soft, flowing movements creates an energy that is difficult to resist. She is establishing trust, fostering a connection, and clearly communicating her interest in you. Next time, you'll be able to recognize when it's happening through her neck display. The neck, the ultimate combination of vulnerability and allure. It's a part of the body that carries an unspoken magnetic charm, and when a girl shows it off, even subtly, it's no accident. Picture this. She tilts her head gently to the side, revealing the soft curve of her neck, almost as if inviting your attention to her most delicate, intimate space. Trust me, it's one of the most primal and time-tested ways a girl signals interest. The reason for this is that revealing one's neck not only serves as a sign of trust, but also serves as a subliminal cue of attraction. It goes beyond simply tilting her head or lightly grazing her neck with her fingers. By moving her hair to one side or whispering something across her throat, she's basically giving you a picture of how she feels. These actions bring out one of the most romantic and sensitive parts of her, inviting you into her personal space without saying a word. Notice that this usually happens when she's calm, laughing softly, and maybe even sneaking glances your way. When you combine this with warm eye contact, lips that are slightly curled into a smile, and a genuine sparkle in her eyes, you have a clear indication. If you're not paying attention, you might miss the neck display, but once you do, you'll know exactly where you stand. What makes it irresistible is its subtlety, sensuality, and intentionality. When you see her neck on display, take it as her way of emotionally moving closer to you, maybe even hoping you'll take the hint and move closer too. Remember that these small but significant cues are what make the dance of attraction so exciting. Body language, like the neck display, is more than just posture. It's an open door waiting for you to notice it. Figuring out how someone shows interest in you can be like unlocking a beautiful secret language. The signs aren't always clear, but when you pay attention, they reveal so much more than words can. From open posture to intimate gestures like the neck display, every action has a meaning that brings you closer to the truth of her feelings. If you liked learning about these intriguing signs, don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned for more insights, tips, and advice to help you find your way in the exciting world of relationships and connections.